Hey there! Welcome to Turbo Layout Quick Start video. In this video, we will show you how to design beautiful graphics using Turbo Layout software for Mac and Windows. As an example, we will design these two simple graphics. This video will use the Mac software for demonstration, but Windows users can follow it because the functionality of the Windows software is similar. Don't worry if you can't follow some of the steps in this tutorial, because we've covered them in more detail in other tutorials. Let's get started with designing the first graphic. Open a new Turbo Layout document. First, it will prompt you to set a size for your design. You can either select from a list of default sizes or enter the width, height, and resolution values. We will use a 12 inches by 8 inches size. Now move over to the Shapes tab and drag this simple rectangular shape filled with red color to our design. Instead of dragging, you can also double-click to add a shape to your design. In the Shapes tab, you will find all the commonly used shapes and different types of lines that you can add to your design. Now let's move over to the Pictures tab. If you need to use a picture in your design, you first import it into your project here. Let's add the picture of my favorite teacher, Mr. David. Now we will move over to the Picture Frames tab. Let's drag the circular image frame to our design. Notice the sunset photograph. The sunset picture tells you that you can replace it with another picture. Let's reduce the border width and use white color for the circular image frame's border. Now, move over to the Pictures tab and drag the image of your teacher into the sunset photo. You will now crop this picture to fit perfectly in our circular image frame. Let's now add a quote to our design. Go to the Text tab. You can either add text as a heading or as body text. The only difference is that the heading text is larger by default. Let's copy and paste a quote in the text box on the left. Let's select Roboto font for our text. We will now resize and position this text as per our desired layout. Now, we will go back to the Shapes tab and add a line to our design. Let's lay out this line properly. Now we'll add a greeting to our design. Let's quickly edit this text, change the font to Open Sans and position the text correctly. Great, our first design is ready. You can export this design to a JPEG, PNG, or TIFF image file or share it in many different ways. Let's export this design to a JPEG image on the desktop. Open the exported JPEG to view our first design. Let's now design the second graphic. Open a new Turbo Layout document. This time we'll use a 9 inches by 6 inches size for our design. For this example, we will use a black background. You can select any color for your background, or you can choose to use a transparent background. Let's import the pictures that we're going to use in this design. Let's now move to the Grids tab and drag a 4-cell grid layout to our design. Resize and position this grid to match our layout. We will use zero spacing on our grid so that pictures don't have any space between them. As in the previous example, the sunset pictures tell you that your photographs can replace them. Let us drag the pictures that we had imported earlier into our grid layout. Now, we will quickly add some text to our design. Let us set a font. And resize this text. We will use white color for this text so that it looks good on a black background. We will now rotate this text to make it vertical and position it correctly. Excellent, our second graphic design is ready. Let's export this design to a JPEG image on the desktop. Open the exported JPEG to view this design. You have just seen how Turbo Layout makes graphic design simple and fun. Now, you might like to try a few of these steps yourself or go through some of the other tutorials. Learn more and download a free Turbo Layout trial from www.turbolayout.com.